Hello everyone. So this is Sujay Datta again. Last time we had discussed something about successive percentage changes. Here we are with something new, weighted averages, and that too in percentages. So now how does this work? So the idea is last time, remember, if you had discussed that, if you had seen the video, A equals P multiplied with Q, and then we use successive. What happens if P and Q were added? Okay, say for example, A equals P plus Q, and P changes by X percent change here, and Q changes by Y%. So what is the percentage change for A? It's simply P times X plus Q times Y over P plus Q. That's it. Don't multiply any 100 on anything. That's your answer. So let's take an example, a simple one, and see whether this works. So let us say you have a rectangle. The length is 10, or let's say 40, and the width is, let's say, 20. Here the length increases by 10% and the width increases by 5%. What is the percentage change in the perimeter? As you know, perimeter is 2 times the length plus the width. This thing is getting added. So now length you see is 40, width you see is 20. You need not keep these numbers because they're big. You can reduce them down in a ratio and write 2:1. On the length you have a 10%. On the width you have 5%. Now using this relation here, we have 2 times 10, so that's 20, plus 1 times 5, so that's 5, divided by 2 plus 1, so that's 3. So 25 over 3 is 8.67% is that percentage change in the perimeter. I leave it up to you as a small exercise to calculate exact values of the new length, the new width, find the new perimeter, find the old perimeter, and then actually check whether you actually get this 8.67 or not. Okay, the idea also, one thing, observe the concept of averages. The average value lies between these values, as it should be, between 5 and 10. Let us take another example and see how we apply it. So a pretty big question here. So there are some managers, okay, so some managers and some executives, and the number of managers and executives. So there are 2 managers for every 5 executives there. That's given. The managers get a salary of 90,000. So 90,000 and get an increment of 10%, whereas the executives have a monthly salary of 30,000 and get an increment of 20%. We need to figure out the overall increment of managers, executives combined. So now see, we can take ratios we already discussed. So 90,000, 30,000 straight away can become 3 rupees and 1 rupee. Now since there is not one manager and one executive, there are 2 and 5, we need to find the combined values. So 2 times 3, so the managers together get 6 rupees, the executives together get 5 rupees, and therefore the overall percentage change is simply 6 times 10, so that's 60, plus 5 times 20, so that's 100, divided by total here 6 plus 5, so that's 11. So it is 160 upon 11%. That is the answer. If there was a decrease, so let's say this was a decrement of 20%, so you will just do 5 times 20 and put a minus sign here, but in the denominator it will still remain plus. I hope this was clear. Thanks for watching.